What is going on, everybody? This is Super Yankee for Life here once again, and you're going to be watching a 33-9, I believe, Black Ops Ground War TDM on the map Jungle. Going to be using the M16 with a red dot sight, using Ghost. Yeah, no, I'm using Ghost, but in Black Ops 2 it won't be such a big deal because if you are moving, it won't be such a big deal. So, yeah, using Ghost, Hardened, and Hacker. I was trying to get, what's it called? Hardened Pro. I got 2 of the 3 challenges done. Now all I have to do is shoot 200 bullets in enemy aircraft, which I don't understand some of the pro variations of this game, like having to get pro perks in this game. Like Sleight of Hand Pro is easy as hell. It's one of the easiest perks to get pro in the history of Call of Duty. But what I want to talk about, that's kind of like, you know, the whole backdrop to the gameplay. Oh yeah, the Killstreaks are spy plane, counter spy plane, and Napalm, kind of the standard Killstreaks that I usually use in this game. But what I want to talk about instead today is, you see here I'm using the M16, one of my favorite guns to use in the history of this franchise. And what I want to talk about is one of my favorite guns to use in the history of Call of Duty. I guess I could start from like CoD 4 to now with Modern Warfare 3. CoD 4, I did not play CoD 4 a whole lot, but when I did, the P90 submachine gun was just a personal favorite of mine, along with the M4 carbine or carbine. I don't know how you pronounce that. I'm not some amazing gun expert or something like that. M4 was a favorite of mine, along with the P90. RPD, obviously, just a destructive light machine gun to use. World at War. I know World at War. A lot of people used MP40, which obviously is just a disgusting weapon. When I played World at War, you don't even need stopping power with it. Although I did use it with stopping power, but the MP40 was not my favorite gun. What was my favorite gun was the PPSH-41. That gun had little to no recoil, had a ridiculous rate of fire, and it was just a complete and utter bullet hose. When the hit detection was spot on and it wasn't lagging all over the place, that gun is a destructive force. Believe me when I tell you. I think anybody who has played World at War will say the exact same thing. That gun will be destructive as can be. There was another gun I liked in World at War. The M1 Garand was pretty nice. The Thompson was one of my favorite guns to use. People like the drum magazine on the Thompson, but I personally didn't like it because it slowed down on the reload time. I think people will say that it kind of had like a Sleight of Hand Pro. It's like a Sleight of Hand Pro built into the Thompson if you did not use the drum mag. Say you empty the magazine on the Thompson without the drum mag. It kind of reloads kind of fast, doesn't it? I mean, to me it did, which allowed me to, you know, find cover, reload, and then pop back out and shoot some more guys. That, in my personal opinion, that's what it felt like to me. It kind of had like a sleight of hand, you know, variation, like sleight of hand built into the Thompson without the drum magazine, in my personal opinion. All right, moving on to Modern Warfare 2. Now I understand FAMAS with stopping power was pretty popular. What else? What else was overpowered in that game? I think every gun was pretty good. I like to think that Modern Warfare 2 had pretty nice balance to the guns, in my personal opinion. I think you could have used any SMG in that game and would have done just fine. I know the UMP was a bit overpowered. Some of my favorite guns to use. First off, the TAR-21. One of my favorite guns to use in that game. TAR-21 ACR, which is just as lethal and deadly as it is in Modern Warfare 3, which I'll get into that later on. What else? What else? TAR-21 P90 from obviously returning from CoD 4. The Vector, I like the Vector. I liked, even though it had low damage. I actually kind of like it over the UMP. I just like accurate guns. I just felt like I had more. I just felt more reliable with the Vector than I did with the UMP. Although the UMP is just a ridiculous submachine gun. You don't need stopping power with that gun at all to destroy people. Black Ops, Commando, one of my favorite guns to use. When I first bought this game and I unlocked the Commando, I just fell in love with it. It was a great gun to use. Galil as well. It's just a wonderful gun to use. Of course, I'm not going to mention the FAMAS. FAMAS is just one of those guns that is just overpowered. It really is overpowered. You can attach a silencer on it. It won't mess up the damage at all, in my personal opinion. 74U was another overpowered weapon. Although I like the MP5, although it can get a little crazy with the recoil sometimes, but that was one of my personal favorites. It still is a personal favorite of mine. I'll go back to it from time to time. And finally, Modern Warfare 3, one of my favorite guns to use is the ACR, not because it's overpowered, but because it's just so accurate, and I can just pick off guys from long distances with it. What else? The PP90M1 is just a wrecking machine at close range. I think anybody will agree with me on that. Rapid fire extend mags, rapid fire silencer. You can customize that weapon in so many different ways, and it will perform just as deadly with any combination. What else? MP7, low recoil or little to no recoil at all, and it will just get the job done. What else? There's another gun I like. Probably AK-47 is what I would. I kind of like the AK-47. That's another one I like from Modern Warfare 2. The AK-47. Ooh boy, that was just a destructive force. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this commentary about favorite guns in Call of Duty history. I think what was the score? 33-9. Yeah, I was right. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this commentary. Until next time, Super Yankee for life. Signing off. Peace.